Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my loverlies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today is New Makeup Monday. We've got lots of stuff to talk about. Before we get started, I do of course have my makeup done already. I am very much in love with today's look. I went for something super, very natural and bronzy and effortless and summery. I am so in love with how it turned out. I did use quite a few products that we're going to be talking about just a little bit later, but I also did make sure to film a TikTok on today's eye look. If you are interested, I'll make sure to have the tag for that in the description box below, along with a list of all of the products we're going to be talking about in today's video. And of course, if you have any questions about what I used or how I used it, all you have to do is leave me a comment and I will get back to you. So, diving right into the new goodness. A lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about today is from the brand Kim Chi Chic, and I don't really know too awful much about the brand. I do know that it is owned and operated by Kim Chi. She is a drag queen. I know that she competed on RuPaul's Drag Race, and that's about it. That's about where my knowledge ends. I don't know too awful much about her as a person. A lot of the products today are from a collection she did in collaboration with Plastique Tiara. Now, I don't know much about her either. I have seen a few of her videos pop up in my on my For You page, specifically on TikTok, and I've seen a couple of her get ready with me's, things like that. She's stunning. She's absolutely beautiful, but I just don't know. I don't follow them as people, so I really just don't know too awful much about them. When it comes to the brand, like makeup, I don't know too awful much about that either. It is a brand that I am interested in, but it's not something that's ever been like smack dab in the middle of my radar. It's never been like the first thing on my brain when it comes to makeup, but they are absolutely blowing up right now, especially over on TikTok. Their powders, palettes, things like that. It seems like Kim Chi Chic is absolutely everywhere. So when these products popped up on the BoxyCharm drop shop, I jumped on it and I was like, okay, this is my time. Let's go ahead and jump on it. Now, as a whole, Kim Chi Chic is actually a fairly affordable brand. I don't think they're insanely affordable, but I don't think they're ridiculously expensive either. I think they're a good mid-range brand. From what I experienced today, I was really in love with the quality of both the packaging and the products inside the packaging. I am very excited to share all of this stuff with you guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is this thing right here. So this is the Kim Chi Plastique Tiara in full nude. What is it? Nude Sensation Life in Plastique. It is a blush, bronzer, and highlighting face palette. First of all, the packaging is stunning. I wasn't quite sure what to expect with this stuff. A lot of her products, they look very kitschy and almost childlike to me, which is another reason why I wasn't just like super into the brand. I just felt it looked a little bit childish to me. I feel bad for saying it, but it did. This collection, however, is not childish at all. It is so glamorous and so beautiful. The packaging, this is the unicarton for the palette, and it's not going to show up on my camera, but there is a fine dusting of the most fabulous, like super fine glitter all over this unicarton. It is absolutely stunning. It's also slightly textured, like not textured in a way that you rub it and you get glitter on your fingers, but it just looks nice. It feels nice in the hands as well. This is beautiful. So you have Kim on the front, and then you have a Plastique Tiara on the back. Absolutely stunning, stunning drag queen. Cannot get over it. And then when you head into the actual palette, this is what it looks like. So you have half Kim, half Plastique, and it is stunning. Again, it feels really beautiful and heavy. I really like the texture of the packaging itself. It too has that really beautiful fine dusting of glitter all over it. It just makes it stand out and be unique in comparison to anything else in my collection. I have no other face palette or no other palette period in my collection that looks anything like this, and I really like that. I like that they took the time to make this stand out and be unique, so that way when I think of face palettes, this one is going to pop up in my brain. just because I enjoyed using it. I enjoyed looking at it. I enjoyed the tactile feel of it as well. So really, really beautiful. So that's what the front of the palette looks like. You turn it around and then you have, again, Kim and Plastique, and a little bit about both of them. Really, really beautiful. You open it up. It does have like a double door closure on it. So you open it up. One side is Kim, one side is Plastique, and then you have a 6-pan face palette. Now you have 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, and 2 highlights. One side is a little bit more peachy, very neutral, very nude, and then the other side is a little bit poppier. It's definitely a little bit more cool toned. It is stunning. It is very, the duality here is, it's like kind of like the main focus, right? I think it is so pretty. Now I do have this stunning kind of warm toned, very nude peach color on my cheeks today. It is the most gorgeous, barely there, natural looking kind of blush. I am so here for it. The actual texture of the powders themselves is so silky and so smooth and so finely milled. It was effortless to use and apply. It went onto my cheeks and just, it kind of like blended itself. Really is so pretty. I was able to pick this up at the BoxyCharm drop shop for $16. Yeah, $16. I think this is worth that all day, every day. Really, really gorgeous. Now, as beautiful as I think this warm toned peachy blush is, this one is just like my absolute everything. It is that color that we're all just craving right now. That really gorgeous kind of like cool toned bubblegum pink. It is beautiful. It is like supremely pigmented as well. It manages to give you that really gorgeous bubblegum feel without being ashy or chalky. It goes on and it just looks so beautiful. Very much in love with it. It took just about everything in me not to use this pink color today, but I figured that the peachy tone went well with everything else that I was working with, so we went with the peach one. But oh my goodness gracious, it is so stinking pretty. Now, I did play with both of these bronzers today. This one is a little bit warmer. This one is a little bit more neutral. And again, this whole side is a little bit warmer and this whole side is a little bit cooler. I really enjoyed this bronzer. Very pretty, very warm kind of tone, just a little bit deeper and darker. I actually ended up using mostly the other shade though. This is on the cooler side, so this one right here, this is the one that I have mostly all over my face today, and it is a really beautiful, gorgeous, neutral-ish leaning kind of bronzer. I love the tone. What I really enjoy about this palette is that even with my skin tone, I am going to be able to use each and every one of the powders in this palette. So nothing is going to go to waste, which makes me so happy. I really adore that. The powders are pigmented, but they're buildable. They're more so buildable than anything else. So it's not like boom, hits you in the face with pigment. So because of that, I am able to use even that deeper, darker bronzer because I can be very gentle with it and just kind of layer it up slowly, build my own intensity, customize my own intensity, so that way nothing has to go to waste in this palette. Now, when it comes to the highlights inside this palette, you'll, good Lord, they're so good. I, of course, went straight for this really gorgeous kind of like pinky purple kind of icy highlight. It is stunning. Now, I will say that these are quite a bit more glittery than I was expecting. It should have hinted at it just looking at the package, but they are just a little bit glittery. I wouldn't say that there's any big chunky kind of craft glitter in here. It is very finely milled, like feeny micro glitters, but it is just a little bit glittery. If you're not into a glittery highlight, this definitely is not going to be for you, but it goes on and it ends up looking so beautiful and so reflective. It's just so pretty. It manages to be both glittery and glowy at the same time. You get that really gorgeous kind of like fairy sparkle, but it also gives you that really beautiful, almost lit from within glow. It manages to give you sparkle and without being like a metallic stripe on your skin. It really did just melt into my face and it looks so beautiful. I'm in love with the tone as well. So perfect. As for the little bit deeper one, I can too use this shade as well. It is just a little bit deep, but there is it swatched. But because it is such a, almost, it's not sheer, but because it's so finely milled and it's so blendable, it's blendable, I'm able to really kind of like go lightly on my skin, and it actually looks really, really beautiful. I do want to dip just a little bit into the deeper and just put just a touch of it right there on the highest part. There we go. Can you see the difference? It doesn't leave a cast on my face because the base of it is fairly sheer, but it just adds that little bit of a touch, a kiss of golden warmth on my skin. It is stunning. All in all, I think that this face palette is a total and complete winner. I am very, very happy to have it in my collection. I think it is stunning all the way around. If you were looking at this, or if you come across this at some point in the future, and kind of like debating on whether you should go for it or not, I highly, highly recommend it. I actually really adore a good face palette. When it comes to me doing my makeup, things like that, 9 times out of 10, I'm in such a rush, and it is so easy to just grab a palette like this and get my whole face, get all of my powders out of the way at one time. I don't have to think so much when I have palettes like this in my collection, and I love when I can get a palette like this and each and every shade is useful. Like, it annoys the dog crap out of me when I buy a face palette and I can only use like 1 or 2 shades out of the whole thing. That really annoys me, because then I feel like I'm paying for product that I can't use. Whereas this, I really feel like I'll get use out of every single shade in here, and that makes me really, really happy. The next thing I want to talk about is the eyeshadow duo that came along with this collection. This is the Nude Sensation Snack for 2 eyeshadow palette duo. And again, you have one palette from Plastique and one palette from Kim. The packaging on this is not quite as impressive as with the face palette, but that's okay. The unicarton still very, very pretty. It does just feel like very thin, kind of flimsy, like paper packaging. It's not even really cardboard. It's just thin paper packaging, so nothing special there. You do have a list of all your ingredients, things like that on the back. I do think that the imaging on the front is very, very pretty. Now, it opens up like this. You kind of open it up, and there we go. I do think that this part of it is super, super cute. You again have the name of the collection. You have 2 different 9-color eyeshadow palettes. Now, I think the packaging on the palettes themselves is very, very pretty. I love this really gorgeous kind of nude camel color. Super, super pretty, very aesthetic. I like the plastic packaging as well. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like kind of like dollar store makeup. It feels nice. It feels like a quality kind of moment. Now this is the so this is the Plastique Tiara side of the duo. You open it up, you do get a full-size mirror, and then this is your color story. Now, again, the tones are kind of mirrored in the eyeshadow palettes the same way that they were in the face palette. So Plastique's palette is a little bit warmer, and I did use quite a few shades from this palette today. They're stunning. I had never played with the Kim Chi Chic eyeshadow formula before, and I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but y'all, let me tell you, they blended like butter. It was effortless, literally effortless to use. I think the mattes really surprised me the most. I do think that the shimmers are really, really gorgeous, beautifully saturated and pigmented and glowy and gorgeous. Really beautiful, full-on opaque color. We love that here. But I think what really impressed me the most, again, was the mattes. The mattes are so smooth and so velvety and so easy to work with. I love it. I love it so, so much. Again, that same kind of very buildable formula in the eyeshadows as with the face palette. They're pigmented, but they're very buildable, so it really allows you to customize your intensity and really get exactly the look that you're going for. These are so, so good. Very, very easy eyeshadows to use. And then we have the Kim Chi side of the duo. Again, same kind of packaging, but this one is just, I can't get over it. I love the pops of orange in here. I love this shimmer. This one right here is the one that I have all over my lid today. It is the most gorgeous kind of pinky purpley, glittery kind of duochromatic eyeshadow moment. Absolutely stunning. I love the mix of both mattes and shimmers in here. This orange is absolutely everything. I am very, very much here for it. I think that I wasn't sure. There's it swatched. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the eyeshadow palettes because they are very, very neutral. You guys know I am a color queen. I really enjoy my colorful eyeshadows, but these are just so pretty. And I do think that the tones are different enough that they're still interesting. Sometimes I feel like there's only so much you can do with a brown eyeshadow, right? There's only so many times you can reinvent taupe. But somehow the shades that they've put in here or the color combinations, it just kind of piques my interest. It's interesting and it's fun to work with. It's a little bit different. It's not just the same old like warm tones or cool tones. It's a little bit different. I love the addition of this murky purple. I also have this one on my eye today as well. It is stunning. I really, really enjoyed both of these eyeshadow palettes. I really did have a blast playing with both of them. And it has very much made me want to take a little bit of a deep dive into Kim Chi Chic as a brand, just because, again, I had heard so many mixed reviews on the eyeshadow formulas. Some people say they're absolutely horrible. Some people swear by them. So I'm glad that I have my own opinion on it now, and I can officially say that I really, really enjoyed these. I'm very much looking forward to kind of dipping a toe into the brand, kind of playing with some other things. I really want to try out their setting powders, things like that. Now, the last thing that I did pick up from the brand was a liquid lipstick. This is the Mattely Popping liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Werk. I love the packaging. Super, super cute. I love the pastel pink and blue kind of theming. Very cotton candy-esque. Very, very up my alley. You open it up and this is the actual tube of liquid lipstick. This color it's like, I look for colors like this continuously, especially when it comes to drugstore lipsticks, things like that. This color is just not one that appears very often. I love the tone of this. This is in the shade Werk, and I do have this on my lips today. I just kind of dotted a little bit right onto the center and blended it out with my finger. I love an ombre lip, and I love a really beautiful pale nude ombre lip. I like to go in with a super deep kind of lip liner, fade it out towards the center, and put a pop of something super pale and nude on the center. I just love the effect. It is very much a 90s lip, and this is like it was made for that. I love the way that my lip combo turned out today. Of course, I will make sure that I have it listed in the description box below. But y'all, it is stunning. This color by itself is definitely too much for me to just wear on its own. But when you kind of play with it and put it with a deeper lip liner and blend it out, things like that, it ends up looking so, so beautiful. It is a really beautiful, very matte. It is very, very matte. It is a super matte, very pale pink color. It is perfect for kind of like that Pamela Anderson kind of lip. Absolutely stunning. I am very, very here for it. I do enjoy this. I'm not the biggest fan of this formula, even though I adore the color. The formula isn't my favorite. It dries down really, really quickly. It does feel incredibly drying on my lips as well. So I put just the tiniest bit of it in the center and then put a little bit of a lip gloss over top of it to kind of counteract that. So if you have dry lips or don't enjoy kind of heavier feeling liquid lipsticks, drier feeling liquid lipsticks, this definitely is not going to be for you. But I do enjoy the color very, very much. It's exactly what I've been looking for. So again, I don't regret the purchase at all. Now, I was able to pick up both of the eyeshadow palettes for $19 for the set. When it comes to the liquid lipstick was $7. And again, that is very much like drugstore pricing. Even a lot of the like L'Oreal and Maybelline liquid lipsticks are much more expensive than that. I think they usually go for around $10 or $11 a piece. So $7, it did not hurt at all to pay that for this. Like I said, I really, really enjoy the color. I think it's fantastic. I just have a couple more things that I want to talk to you guys about, and then I will let you go. I picked up a couple of these from Amazon the other day, and I just thought they were so pretty. I had to share them with you. These are the Innis Fanny. Again, I'll have it in the description box below. But these are 8-color like eyeshadow highlight palettes, and they're just so pretty. I had to share. I love the packaging. It is a really beautiful kind of like matte, soft touch plastic packaging. It feels really, really nice in the hand. These go for around $9 a piece. This is the more bright, bold, colorful one. These are so pretty. Each shadow is super glittery and super gorgeous. They're all very duochromatic. They have a base color and then glitter in a complementing color, so it really gives you such a duochromatic and like very what is the word I'm looking for? It gives you a lot of depth. It gives you a lot of movement on the eye, a lot of dimension. They look very dimensional, very, very pretty. Each comes with a full-size mirror, and then this is your color story. I love this silver. This silver is absolutely everything. Super, super gorgeous. Guys, they go on and they look stunning. They look beautiful on the eye. They look really pretty as highlights, things like that. I purchased these with the intent of really doing them as like center kind of halo eyes, brow bone, inner corner highlights, things like that. I love the tones in here, and I just thought that they were so cute. I couldn't resist. Price point was really nice as well. This purple one is absolutely stunning. It is a really beautiful purple to like teal blue kind of shifty. So pretty, and they're so metallic and so reflective. They're absolutely gorgeous. So this was the colorful variation, and then they have one that was a little bit more nude, a little bit more neutral. And I think this is going to be a palette for a lot of our, it's just going to go straight to our heart because it is just so pretty. This one I've had for the longest. I did pick these up at different times, but I figured I'd talk about them in the same video. This one is the one that I picked up first, so I've had this one in my possession the longest, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have kind of gone to town on it just a little bit. It is stunning. I think my favorite shade in here is like all three of these on top. They're just so pretty. They're so glittery and so gorgeous, but they go on and they just look so pretty on the skin. They're absolutely stunning. Again, this is not a necessity. This is not something that you need in your life. But if you are looking for something a little bit like this, I think that these are a really great option. Also, these just make such beautiful kind of topper shades. It's a full palette of topper shades. And the thing that I like is there's a tone in here for just about everything. They've got things that are a little bit cooler. They've got things that are a little bit warmer. They've got purples. They've got pinks. They've got yellows. It's just super, super pretty. I adore these. I use them as topper shades quite often. They look so beautiful. Just taking your finger and just kind of pressing them right onto the center of your eye. It looks so incredibly beautiful. I love it very, very much. The last thing I want to talk about is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. And though this is not a new product at all, I have very much fallen in love with it the last couple of weeks. I knew that it was a great primer before then. It's been in my collection for a good long while, but there's just something about this primer that goes on and it does everything. It fills in pores and kind of smooths out your skin. It hydrates, it mattifies, it does it all. And it does it all while still feeling lightweight and hydrating on the skin. It doesn't pill up, it plays well with other products. It is incredibly affordable. If you're looking for a really fantastic all-in-one super affordable primer, I think this is probably one of the best options at the drugstore. I adore this stuff. I also really, really love the texture. I think the texture of it is so cool. It's got this almost, where did it go? See, that's the only thing I don't like about it, is because it does have that kind of texture where if you're not really like paying attention to it, it'll just kind of fling off. But it has this texture where it almost looks like a silicone primer. It's got this really kind of almost frosty, icy kind of look to it, but then the minute you add it to your skin, it just kind of melts. It almost turns into this really beautiful like water gel, water cream kind of consistency, and it instantly melts into your skin. Super fast absorbing as well. It blurs, it just kind of like goes on, and it's just like a nice kind of splash of water for your face. but it blurs and it mattifies and it hydrates and it does all those things that I use 2 or 3 different primers to achieve. What I really liked about this is I could get all of those same effects with one primer. So that saves me money, it saves me time. It is a win-win across the board. This is a fantastic, fantastic primer. And again, like I said, super, super affordable. Guys, that is it for me today. I hope that today's video was enjoyable to you. I hope that it was helpful for you in some small way. As always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera, playing with some new makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. If you did enjoy the content, please make sure to give this video a big old thumbs up before you leave. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that before you leave too. Click the bell, turn on all your notifications, so that way next time I upload, you can come right back here and we can hang out together again. Guys, I love you so, so very much. Until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.